Hey guys, so today I'm going to be going over all of the stuff I found this weekend at two at&t stores. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads lately because I have had no content to upload, so let's get right into it. We also went to two Targets, but we found nothing at the Target. Well, I found this at the Target, but we'll get into it. But yeah, let's get started. And go over to Jake Carroll's channel to look at what he got, but this is what I got. So, starting off, this is a iPod Classic. Don't know what generation. It's just an iPod Classic. It works. The battery's just dead, I guess. Yeah, it works fully. It has a bunch of music on it. Moving on. And these are in no order besides, like, the type of iPhone. But anyway, this is a iPod 2nd gen. iPod Touch 2nd gen. 8GB. I don't know if you can see that. It's extremely scratched and beaten up. And it has a slight crack, but it still works. And it... Oh, I'm getting text messages. But it's on my iCloud. Well, Apple ID. It doesn't have iCloud or anything. But yeah. Works fully. It's a 8GB on iOS 4.2.1. So yeah. Pretty cool. I've wanted another one of these for a while because I used to have one. I don't know what the battery life is like because I literally just took it off of the charger. And I haven't done anything with it since. So yeah. Moving on, for these three iPhones, the iCloud password was, I first turned on this 5, the iCloud password was on it, and then I found out these two phones were also from the same person. So I typed in all the iCloud password on all of the phones because I didn't have any passcodes and I reset them. So yeah, they're all off now on my iCloud. Starting off, this is an iPhone 4 at&t, so it doesn't have the bands at the side and has a SIM card slot. I've wanted this type of iPhone 4 for a while for no specific reason. Fully works on my iCloud once again. It's a 8GB, I believe, on iOS 7.1.2. Yeah, 7.1.2. And going into the battery life app to check the battery health. The battery health is pretty bad. It's at 22% wear level, so that's like, what, 78% battery health, so that's pretty bad. But the phone still functions without an issue, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with this phone. It's in pretty good condition. Moving on, this is a iPhone 4S. It's basically mint condition, like I said, same owner. at&t works perfect as well on my iCloud. This device is also an 8GB. It is on iOS 8.4.1, and like I said, it's an 8GB. Sorry, I'm getting text messages. And going into the battery life app again, the battery health is pretty bad also. This one's even worse. This one's at 74% health. So yeah, a lot of these phones don't have the best batteries, or at least these two, but yeah. Moving on. This is an extremely beaten up iPhone 5 on the back. Like, look at the glass. It's not cracked. It's just extremely scratched. And it's also worn out a lot around the edges and everything. But this one has a battery issue and a charging port issue. Oh, but now it decides to turn on after it was sitting dead for a while when I tried to charge it. But it has a charging port issue. And I tried to clean up the charging port. Didn't seem to do much. And it's on someone else's iCloud and it has a passcode. And I have not been able to crack the passcode. So it's safe to say this phone's a goner, but I'll keep it for parts because I can use other parts for my iPhone 5s. Moving on. But I think this one was a 16GB. I don't know. Maybe a 32. Moving on. This is a absolutely mint iPhone 5. So I have it in this case that actually came on this 5S. It's absolutely mint. No scuffing or anything. So it's also on iOS. Oh, yeah. See, this thing's on. Has a passcode on iOS 10. I don't know the passcode. Yeah, see. So I'll just shut it down. Yeah. So moving on, this is another iPhone 5. I haven't put any apps on it, but this one's pretty cool because it's a 32GB on iOS 9.2.1. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to keep it on iOS 9.2.1. I was having the activation lock issue before, even though it was on my iCloud, but it stopped doing that. And now, like, my iCloud's working and everything. Actually, I'm not going to show that. But yeah. So this is probably one of my favorite finds out of the finds. I don't know why. I just really like it. So yeah, moving on. This is a also mint iPhone 5S. It has someone's info, and I'm not going to show their faces, but once again, this one also has a password and a screwed up vibration motor. It's a 16 gigabyte, and sadly it doesn't have a SIM card, so I can't contact the owners, which really sucks, because I want another working 5S, because my mom's old phone died, because she used to have a 5S, but it stopped working. So yeah. Moving on, this is an iPhone SE. This one's a 32 gigabyte, although sadly, yeah, the screen's screwed up, the touch screen's also screwed up, and it has a passcode, and I think it came from the same person that iPhone 5 came from, because we found it in the same bin. But yeah, sadly, this phone is also only good for parts, no SIM card even, so there's no luck in getting this phone unlocked. Oh, right, in it. So I have to do this because the touchscreen's very screwed up. Okay. Moving on, this is probably the best find. You'll see why in a minute. This is a mint iPhone 6, slightly bent. Oh yeah, you can totally see that. It's just slightly bent, but it works fully. It's on my iCloud now because when I got it, it didn't have a passcode, so I emailed the contact, like the iCloud owner, and they removed the iCloud for me. So now it's a fully working iPhone 6. I'll show you. It was on iOS 11, but I had to update it to restore it. So we'll go into settings. That was J. Carroll. iOS 12.4.3, sorry. 16 gigabyte. It's getting a lot of notifications, so I'm trying not to show them. And then the battery health. The battery's kind of bad from what I can tell, but the battery health's at 91. So I don't know if that's true or not, but it's a pretty good battery, and I put a screen protector on it because I plan to use this phone a little bit. So yeah, pretty happy with this phone too. Moving on, this is a obliterated iPhone 6. Screen still works actually, or iPhone 6s. Although sadly it boot loops, and the battery was bloated, so I took out the battery, so there's no battery in it, so I can't show it works. Actually, yes I can. But hold on, I'm trying to plug it in. It's just gonna boot loop because there's no battery, or not do anything at all. But yeah, it basically just boot loops. I don't know why. It's kind of upsetting, but it's FMI on anyway, so I don't really care. Good parts phone, screen works, just little like black dots at the bottom, but yeah. So now on to the find that should be the best, although it's not because it doesn't work. Well, I'll get to that in a second. This is an iPhone 7, 128 gigabyte. And sadly, well, yeah, I don't have a screen on it right now. That's because I put the screen onto this iPhone 7. This is the iPhone 7 I found in at&t the last time I went to the bin. It had no passcode, but the screen was obliterated, and I found the iCloud password in the notes, so I was actually able to reset it. And yeah, it fully works now. It's on my iCloud. It's 128 gigabyte, which is great. Oh, because Messenger's already installed. Oh. Anyway, yeah. Fully working, I had to reset it because the home button doesn't work after repair, even though I had another screen on it and the home button worked fine. I don't think it's something I did, so I think the screen just has like a broken home button thing, so I have to get another screen for this phone. And because it's a white one, but that doesn't really bother me, but I have to get another screen for this phone, and which kind of sucks, but for now it'll work perfectly fine. And yeah, I had to reset the phone to see if it would fix the home button, but it didn't, sadly. So yeah, this iPhone 7, because I put another battery in it because I had another iPhone 7 battery, and it turned on, but I had a passcode, and it was on like some version of iOS 11, I think. But yeah, so I think the charging port's broken because if you look in there, it's pretty like disgusting. But I don't know. Yeah, I'll just keep this phone around for parts unless I can crack the passcode somehow. But for now, it's just gonna sit like this. It is in pretty good condition. Actually, it's in really good condition. But yeah, for now, it's just gonna sit like this on my desk over there. But yeah. So these are all of my finds that I got. I'd say this is a pretty good haul. Me and Jake Carroll are going to go to more at&t bins hopefully soon because they are really good, actually. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.